Forever. Dog.
Race Chaser. Woo-hoo. Race Chaser. Yeehaw. Race Chaser. Woo-hoo. Race Chaser. Yeehaw.
Ooh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome back to Race Chaser
Classique.
a podcast dedicated to the discussion, dissection,
And dissemination
of every single episode of RuPaul's
RuPaul's
Drag
Drag
Race, starting from the very beginning.
This is the beginning.
My name's Alaska. What's yours?
Hello, I'm Willam, manning your shady phone.
Shady phone, bitch, you got a shady
Your
phone.
shady phone. Do you have a shady phone? Did any girls have phones on season 5?
Well, I've never investigated fully into that, but I think someone had a phone on All Stars because we were in rooms next to each other, and I didn't know who it was, but I heard the like the unmistakable vibration of a phone. So someone was flagrantly disregarding the rules.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of girls are flagrantly disregarding their prep for this episode. This is Snatch Game. Everybody knows it's happening, yet some girls aren't ready, and you'll see that. But before we get to the snatch, the biggest snatcher, we just want to tell everybody that a big thank you goes out to everyone watching our Pictionary live stream and still renting it. We raised over 10 grand for the Victory Fund, and if you missed it, there's a link in our Instagram bio where you can catch all the madness and the laughs and all the everythings at Race Chaser Pod, and you can rent it on Vimeo for $10, and that money will be donated too.
So good. Such a good cause. We thank everyone who tuned in and watched us draw pictures.
And cheat.
Some of us better than others.
Some of us followed the rules, some of us didn't.
Yeah, some rules
people even drew letters, which
some
I
rules
didn't
are
know
meant
was
to
allowed.
be broken.
Oh, yeah.
You should have disqualified me for the first time in live stream history.
I told
Maybe
production.
next
I told him she had a phone.
She had a phone. Also, fun fact, our raffle winner is Sarah Koval. So huge congratulations to you. We will email you to get your address, and we'll ship you out a nice big merchandise Race Chaser Willam Alaska prize package. Oh, there's going to be some cute things in there.
So many little things. You'll go, oh my God, so cute.
Yeah.
Speaking of cute, she doesn't get cute. She gets drop dead gorgeous. Alyssa won last week's challenge and immunity also. And Honey and Vivian ended up in the bottom 2, and they lip synced for their car rides home. It wasn't for their lives, that's for sure. They both ended up being gagged and gooped because RuPaul said, hit it, both y'all. And for the first time in Drag Race history, it was a double elimination after this beautiful mini challenge, which combined essences of dance from Soul Train to what's his name, Barishnikov. It was everything. Ballet.
Yeah,
the greatest story ever told.
We were all really shocked when that happened, and it was really sad to see both of the girls go.
Who did you think was going to go?
Well, that's the thing. We didn't know.
The girl in the blazer or the girl in the caftan?
We couldn't tell. But you know what? I love both of these girls. I think they're amazing, and they'll always be our sisters. We have a couple lipstick messages. One of them says, I love all my girls. Here's to the Ru-volution of the fish. Love always, Vivian Panay.
And then Honey says, keep on loving each other. We will meet again. Can't wait. All my love. Honey Mahogany.
Very classy messages.
They're keeping it classy.
I can't imagine that I would be gracious and full of love and light after that experience. But then again, I'm not, a gracious, good person sometimes when it comes to
I think you are. You're not a wonderful loser, but
no.
I definitely thought about
breaking
breaking that mirror. I definitely thought about breaking the mirror just for fun, but I figured the ass was better.
The ass has it. Alyssa says, girl, after that, we know that Rue is not playing the radio.
No.
Just a meme machine, Miss
And then
Edwards.
Jade and Alyssa are still getting into it a little bit. This episode with Jade calling her a dirty bitch, and then Alyssa's like, if it was dirty, I wouldn't have said it to your face, but I've told you everything, and blah 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 blah. And then that's when Jade first brings up the part about, well, you should have seen the view from the back of the stage, the safe zone with all them back rolls, and not every girl can wear a 2-piece. Just going in, and I'm not saying that I was smiling. But I was enjoying the content for sure.
Well, of course, and we as viewers love this. We love
you as Rolaska Talks probably loved it too. You all were probably just like putting on fake fingernails just so you could tap them together and be like, ooh.
It was. I mean, we were honestly the Rolaska Talks girls we were just having a good time. We were not the drama girls. I'm
having a really good time.
We really were. And you know, we walk into the room and we say, Rolaska Talks. Like, that's very irritating. But we weren't trying to, like, irritate anyone. We were literally just having a good time and, like, playing around and, like, enjoying ourselves. Genuinely. Yeah. RuPaul buzzes in with a video message the next day and says, ladies, stars aren't born, Willam. They're made. And then we destroy them. And eventually those fallen stars get their own reality shows and become famous all over again. Ladies, get ready because your 15 minutes start now. What could it mean?
What could it mean? Oh, look who's here.
Oh.
The RuPaul comes right in and quickly followed by some cuddlers, because I guess you can't say snuggie, copywritten. And the dolls are tasked with turning these cuddler snuggies into something red carpet worthy, inspired by the Us Weekly column Who Wore It Better, which gives way to some jokes could be funny, but as if there's no timing and no delivery, this Rue Wore It Better thing, it feels like a line through where they're like doing lines, but they're not actually performing it, because this is the least amount of comic chemistry I've ever seen between two people, with Ian Drew and RuPaul wearing the same thing. It could have been like one of those cute, like shady Whitney Mariah moments, but it was just banal and lacking any joy. And Ian Drew had on so much fucking makeup. Girl, she had the back of her neck painted.
Why wouldn't she? It's Drag Race. And I do commend them for both having a matching Klein Epstein Parker suit. It's like the most expensive cheap site gag that you can literally come up with. Like, they really went all out with that, and I commend them for that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Ian Drew was intimidated standing there next to RuPaul and trying to volley back and forth jokes. It happens
Why?
sometimes.
He's just a person standing in front of you asking to frack.
Oh my gosh. Well, who stood out to you in this? Jinx did what she does best. She just put it on. She just gave it a character.
I think Coco really stood out. I thought Coco looked beautiful in the zebra, but Detox won the zebra portion of the evening. I thought you looked... well, we can skip you.
How dare you?
No,
I don't actually exposed corset. Thank you very much.
Oh, 2012 was crazy. Were you giraffe or pink? I forget.
I was giraffe, and I wore a lion mask.
That makes sense with that mug. Or
and
that neck.
I looked pretty.
Oh yeah, someone said that was the prettiest you looked all season. Your makeup.
Coco said that.
She's on the shady phone right now.
That's funny. She was being funny.
Alyssa looks beautiful in this pink.
Alyssa, Alyssa crushed it. Like, she added so much fabric to the snuggler, and it really became like a very elegant gown. And also Coco Montrese, I love Detox, but I think Coco should have won that category. That outfit literally could walk on Drag Race runway now and be fine.
I thought it was
Yeah.
great too. Now, did the girls win anything? Because I missed that part of a prize. Oh, Us Weekly swag bag, right?
Swag bag from Us Weekly, which I'm sure had some very cute stuff in it.
Let me text Detox and see if she got hers.
Oh,
Give me
yeah.
1
I
second.
think they got a subscription to the magazine. That's what I think was part of it. Well, they let us know that this week is the almighty Snatch Game. Yes. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Boom, tsh, ba, ba. The girls are geeking about who they're going to be doing. Alyssa's doing Katy Perry. I'm doing Miss Katy Perry.
Detox is doing. I'm doing my friend Cash.
I've just been in so many of her videos, and I just
Work together,
she's like
you
a
know.
really good friend of mine. So I'm gonna do her.
They actually are
Roxy-
really good friends, so
Yeah.
I will attest to that. I've been there before when they've hung out.
We sat next to her on a plane once. We didn't know it was her until the end of the flight.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. We did. I was seat 3A.
I was seat 3B.
She was 2B.
3B is also the color of my roots. 3B. I don't even know what 3B would be.
3B would be 1B is black, so
Yeah.
3B would maybe be I don't know,
Chestnut.
highlight.
Chestnut brown.
Miss
We were on
Venezuela.
the plane. We were sitting in our seats. It was time for departure, and they held the plane. They kept holding the plane. Oh my god!
Yeah,
and
it was
then
a while.
finally, this family came on, and it was Gina Davis and her husband and her kids.
That Dr.
and we
Man
were-
husband.
Yeah, and we were like, oh well, they were holding
Daddy,
it for
I
Gina
married
Davis.
a doctor.
And then they kept holding the plane. We kept sitting there, and they were like, "You're gonna make." We were like, "You're gonna make Gina Davis wait? How dare you?" And then finally, this girl in like a hoodie and her hood up and her jacket all zipped up and wrapped in a scarf. She came in and she went into her seat in the row next to us, and she just went immediately to sleep. We didn't realize until after the flight was over that that young person was Kesha.
Mm-hmm. Happens
And
all
we were
the
like,
time.
Our friend was in your video.
You know our friend. Were you talking about?
We're friends with Detox.
Do you remember when that guy took a picture of Detox on the plane and said, "I'm on the flight with Marilyn Manson"? and then Detox found it because all of his I think it was a musician or a rapper, and then Detox found out, and of course was like, "Well, Delta rules say that you can't take my picture, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna get your status,
She's litigious.
girl."
Let's take a break and we'll come right back.
Already?
Yeah, the timer says so.
Hey, I'm Kelly,
And I'm Lindsay.
and we're from Teen Creeps.
And I'm Alaska.
I'm Willam, and we from Race Chaser.
And we're here for some real talk, okay? Well, we want to sit down and have some real talk. So
Sit down.
we want to talk to you about wireless plans.
I hope your seat is comfortable for your little tush because breaking up with your old wireless provider just got a whole lot easier thanks to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is introducing their unlimited data plan for just $30 a month. Let that sink in. An unlimited plan for $30. How much is your soon-to-be ex-wireless provider charging you?
For people that hate their phone bill and are ready to cut ties with Big Wireless, Mint Mobile offers their premium unlimited plan for just $30 a month.
By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you.
So, what does that mean for you? We'll tell you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts.
And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee.
Break up with Big Wireless and switch to Mint Mobile's premium unlimited data plan for $30 a month.
To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $30 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/drag.
That's mintmobile.com/drag.
Let's talk about hair loss. No matter who you are, hair can be super important to you, and it can be very traumatizing when you start to lose it. We often talk about men with thinning hair, but it's more universal than we typically think.
Yeah, did you know that 30 million women are impacted by weakened or thinning hair? And if you're among them, know that you're not alone and there is a solution you can trust to deliver results.
Thousands of people have taken back control of their hair with Nutrafol, with many users raving that the supplement not only transformed their hair, but restored their confidence too.
Nutrafol offers 2 targeted formulas for women that are clinically shown to improve hair growth and thickness with less shedding through all stages of life. They also have a men's formula.
That's right. Healthier hair growth takes time. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months.
And more than 1,500 top doctors recommend Nutrafol as an effective and high-quality solution for healthier hair. And I would like to meet some of these doctors that are tops.
That's right, doctors. Doctor. Nutrafol is physician formulated to be 100% drug-free, which is great. They use medical-grade botanicals in consistently effective dosages, so you get the most reliable results. I love that it's drug-free. Love that.
I've always been a huge supporter of botanicals, and Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting the 5 root causes of thinning: stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, metabolism, and bitches ripping off tiaras without getting the crown for themselves.
That's right. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and using promo code DRAG. And new customers will get 20% off. This is their best offer available anywhere, okay?
Plus, there's free shipping on every order. So get 20% off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, with the promo code DRAG. I'm sure that most of the people in the room didn't know who Little Edie was. Did you know who she was, I'm sure, right?
You know, I didn't. I mean, I think I had seen Grey Gardens, but I was like I didn't get that what a phenomenon it was, and Little Edie, of course. But you know, Jinx is the lovable outcast in the room. And she says, all of these girls are trying to read me, but I'm going to let it roll off like water off a duck's back.
I don't understand that. So ducks can't get wet? What does that mean?
They have feathers. They have fancy feathers.
But the feathers, how do the feathers not get wet if they're in water, though?
Because of the aerodynamic structure of the duck. The feathers act as paddles. So they do get wet, but they cast the water away. So, mimic duck feathers in times of trouble and let it rain on me, but let the rain fall off like water off of a duck's aerodynamic feathers.
Got it. Okay.
Amphibious feathers.
That makes sense.
Also, the prize package is brought to you by Amphibious Feathers. No, I'm just kidding.
Mother Plucker again. Rue pops in for these workroom walkthroughs, and she goes up to Ivy, and Ivy has the Gentlemen Prefer Blondes Marilyn costume, and you know she's beautiful.
We're
she could
just
definitely
2 little girls with little cocks.
Wait, what is that from? I don't know, but I just figured change the words to the whatever rhymes with rock to
Little Rock.
What's my favorite word after rock? Cock.
It's from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and I believe Vanity and Courtney used to sing it as "We're just 2 little girls with little cocks."
Little cocks.
Or they did something about cocks.
I think Vanity did that with Roxanne Debris, actually. I'm not sure if Courtney would stoop so low to approve such vulgar material.
It's really too blue.
Too blue. Blue is the warmest color, but not on Courtney. So Ivy's Marilyn Monroe. Rue's putting people on the spot. She's saying, how are you going to make her funny? People have done it. And Ivy's kind of, I wouldn't say she's Sebastian. She's definitely Flounder, for sure.
Right. And it's not, Marilyn's not an impossible character, but it is, in order
just
to make
add
her
pills
funny.
and pubes with your skirt flying up. You got to go crass. That's what, crass and big.
Or make her like super horny, horny always plays well on the Snatch Game.
True.
So, we'll see how that plays out.
Now, did you have any backups? Because she comes to you next and you say that you're doing Lady Bunny and she says she's the funniest person ever. And she says, I want you to be funnier than Bunny. And you just say, okay. And the way Rue is looking at you, she's like, I know that you're going to be top 3, so I'm going to give you a really hard challenge. You're not going to win, so I'm just going to keep, upping the ante. I need you to be funnier than my funniest friend ever. She's looking you right in the eyes. Probably knows your name because it's in her earpiece for sure. And she's like, oh, that girl who won last year, this is her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's not going to win. Let's give it to her. She's really sticking it to you. She's saying, did you win? No, Jinx won. Never mind.
She's giving me a tall order and really raising the stakes and the expectation, which I was up to the challenge. I don't think I had a backup character. There isn't one that comes to mind. It was going to be Bunny or nothing. So I did it. And even though Ivy Winters just did Lady Bunny during the ballet challenge the week before, so it was like there was a lot of Lady Bunnying going on, but I was not going to change my choice. That was it.
Yeah,
we didn't have to have backups back then.
Well, I came with a backup.
Jessica Simpson was your backup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what was your first choice?
My first choice was Smurfette.
Oh, right.
Which was just going to be one of those horny blue ball bitches, It was just, I was going to paint my balls blue, pull them out. I think that they made the right decision with allowing me to just do Jessica because I was going to be a horror and a terror on set, getting blue everywhere, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a dye pack. Coco does Janet 6 nights a week, so she's very confident in her walkthrough with RuPaul. And we'll talk about it when it happens, but I thought she did a really amazing job with Janet.
Yeah, Detox mentions that she's going to do her friend Kesha, and Rue says when Rue says the part about having to slander and make a fool out of the person you're playing, Dee is just like, well, she's my friend, so I'm not going to go in too hard. And then she is just teasing this hair and giving Rue nooch the whole time, just I'm doing the hair.
Well, she's my friend, so
she's my friend. So if this falls through, I'll just probably do her next video.
If this falls through,
yeah.
Jinx gets caught with one eyebrow on.
Bet
and
she's
RuPaul, right? RuPaul loves little Edie. They postulate about whether or not the audience at home will understand what's going on.
It's so wonderfully, sorry for interrupting. It's so wonderfully heartwarming to know that RuPaul thinks of her fans not just as family, but as unwashed masses. What a horrible thing to call your fans, these people that don't take baths. That
Jane
aren't
and
as
Joe beer can.
That aren't as cultured as Jinx Monsoon and RuPaul Andre Charles.
I don't know if Jane and Joe beer can.
The good thing is Jinx knows how to make things funny universally. So I don't think and here's the thing: the biggest challenge of Snatch Game isn't making the audience laugh; it's about making RuPaul laugh.
That's true.
Yeah. So I understand that RuPaul needs to talk everybody in circles a little bit, but Jinx is going to do great. I can already smell it. Lanesha, however, gets the brass tacks put to her because she is getting grilled about doing Michelle Obama, and you even see Detox in a hazy background shot where she Detox kind of grimaces and feels sad for Lanesha, obviously, when Rue's just shot firing her questions, and I really feel for it because this is just like Kenya 2.0. There is a language barrier and you can see it happening.
Yeah. And
Rue does try to.
Yeah, it seemed like she was really going off of like, I have the look, like I have the perfect dress and the perfect hair, and like I can really look like her. But RuPaul was like, no, do Celia Cruz instead. Do her. Yeah, she's a good choice. Do her instead. Yeah, do that. So
Yeah.
there's definite influencing going on. In the mirror, yeah, Alyssa's wavering. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah, Katy Perry to Kim Zolciak. So is it just like, is she making her decision based on what color hair she wants to wear that day?
Honestly, I think so, because neither one of those characters is really a good choice for Snatch Game. I don't think. I mean, I am hard pressed to imagine how to make Katy Perry into a funny Snatch Game character.
You make her super Christian, and then you twist it and make her super horny. That's the only way to make her funny.
Oh, okay. Nice and hoary.
Nice and hoary. I mean, if you had that Elmo shirt with the big boobs, you could have done that maybe. But like, there's a lot of little things, but I don't know if there's anything that would stand out as like Katy Perry, funny, you know? But it kind of feels like Alyssa's immunity at this point is definitely going to come into play, because like just showing her blatantly like being unprepared is
Yeah.
You would that in any other episode would definitely lead to them being in the bottom two later, probably.
Yeah.
And Lanesha does make the switch to Celia Cruz.
She does.
Who knows? I feel like either one that she would have done. Who knows? We can't say for sure, but like I don't feel like Lanesha was very prepared either.
Yeah, and honestly, back then, we didn't have to be as prepared as the girls are nowadays. Like, nowadays, in your audition tape, you have to show 3 Snatch Game characters. Not just say who you would do. You have to do a sample Snatch Game question as 3 different characters. So now it's like built into the process that you have... You are prepared for this. But back then you just had to like say they just said bring an impersonation.
The good old days. And nowadays they have even more stricter restrictions. You can't like you're not allowed to do another queen anymore. They don't like that. Yeah. You're not allowed to do copywritten characters. Yeah, there's a lot more rules now, but you know, these things tend to happen when people want to be totalitarians. Downtown Julie Brown.
It's a TV show, but okay.
Yeah, totalitarian TV.
Battle of the Browns. Downtown Julie Brown and Julie Brown.
I mean, this was my favorite I know you said RuPaul stole your opening joke about being old, and this was the best comeback when you said, I had a Battle of the Browns in my dressing room 10 minutes ago. It was such a wonderful opening line. Alaska, you're so funny. And
Thank you.
You were top row, right? Third spot?
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. I was third spot.
So we had Jinx as Little Edie, Jade as Taylor Swift, looking the most un-Taylor Swift I've ever seen her look. No, that Taylor Swift never had her hair like that. Taylor Swift had a Ruma curl, if we're going by the Wigs by Vanity standard of curl.
Oh, okay.
It was like a longer, loopier curl, not a hot rollery curl. But she still looked beautiful. Alaska was Lady Bunny. Detox was Kesha. Coco, Janet Jackson. Alyssa, Katy Perry. Ivy, Marilyn Monroe. Lanesha, Celia Cruz. And Roxy was Tamar Braxton.
Yes, introducing the world to Tamar Braxton at large, because I didn't know who Tamar Braxton was. None of the queens in the room knew at the time, but Tamar has since become a huge personality and a huge celebrity. So Roxy was definitely on the vanguard of pop culture.
One of the funny things about this Snatch Game to me is Roxy, as Tamar says, fuck Gaga, fuck that bitch, or whatever like that. While in actuality, they're friends, and Tamar did back up on Born This Way. Her vocals are on that.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so Tamar would never say that about LG. Just to let
Well,
you know, Roxy, not that she
We'll
cares.
have to dock her points. I'm sorry, but because of that historical inaccuracy. Why don't we take a break and then we'll talk about how the Snatch Game went?
I should really look at this timer.
Let's talk about BetterHelp. Is there something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals?
Well, I can imagine with the holidays approaching and the world being so very different right now, there are a lot of stressors for everybody developing in everybody's lives.
Yes, and we love to tell you about online therapy. So it's time to talk about BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a great resource, especially right now. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist.
And there's a broad range of expertise available at BetterHelp, which may not be locally available in person in wherever you live.
And you'll get timely and thoughtful responses from your counselor. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to leave your house or sit in a stuffy, germ-filled waiting room.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, too, so they make it easy and free to change your counselors if needed, and it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling.
That's right, and you can read testimonials that are posted every day at betterhelp.com/reviews. These testimonials are really great because you can hear how real people feel about the services that are being offered by BetterHelp.
Here's one now. This reviewer says, "My therapist is awesome!" ! She's always great about scheduling with my hectic schedule and is super attentive and helpful in helping me. So,
I love that.
If you want to have a review like that, you can visit betterhelp.com/drag. That's better, HELP, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional.
In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're right now recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states.
Here's a special offer for Race Chaser listeners. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/drag.
That's betterhelp.com/drag for 10% off your first month. Now, this Snatch Game was very entertaining to watch. There are
because
some
you're
hits. Well, no, not just because of that. I have about 2 jokes in the whole thing, but it was fun to watch because there are some great hits. There are a few tragic misses.
Oh, girl, they some of them didn't even swing. They just looked at the ball as it went into the catcher mitt. Because the one with Alyssa, like first, it's so funny because Rue gets an even funnier joke after when Alyssa doesn't play ball with the whole "Have you ever kissed a girl?" and she's just quiet, and then she says, "Rue, I never." It's like that's the first biggest Katy Perry song, and then Rue says, "Have you ever fucked a black man?" Because basically Alyssa just fucked up RuPaul's. Rue was giving her a softball, and then she fucked her, so she left her holding the joke bag.
Yes.
They should have let Alyssa use a T.
I mean, she should have just been able to sit out of the session because she had immunity. She should have just been like, "Okay, I'm gonna pull a Jessica Simpson and just sit this one out, toots."
I kind of feel like I think I was the first person to get up during Snatch Game like that. And I feel like Detox kind of did the same thing with the getting up and the peeing.
She did.
But RuPaul made sure to tell somebody you have to do it from waist up, and you get 30 seconds with that camera after the joke. So were you guys instructed to stay in your seats, or were you told to do anything particular that you remember?
Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. I think we wanted to not recreate the chaos and havoc of season 4's Snatch Game because it was legendarily chaotic and kind of crazy. So
Brittany and Justin. Brittany and Kevin.
Right. I'm so chaotic. I think that we were just self-policing and we didn't want to recreate that. But Detox was playing sort of a rebellious character and like she wanted to take a pee on the floor. You know who I think didn't really get a lot of great laughs on this show, but who was actually really funny was Coco Montrese as Janet Jackson. Her voice was so funny as Janet. Her responses were really, really funny and like really, really dark, like dark humor. Like one of her answers, and Michael Jackson had just died around this time or not too long before, but one of the answers she was like propofol was one of her answers. Like,
damn,
she was really like actually uproariously funny, but you know, she got kind of the middle lane on this.
There is a question of, was the urine real? Did Detox pee? Did you have a vantage point for what she was doing in front of Roxy's thing?
No, it was a bottle. She didn't take out her dick. We would have seen it.
Yeah.
It would have shown up on camera.
I mean, for sure. Do you think that was Jinx getting laughs in the room? Was she funny even if you didn't know who Little Edie was? I feel like she was killing it, and then like just making like the thing when Ivy missed the ball with the politician and the JFK and RFK joke. She said it was in all the magazines at the time. Like her just like quickness with that was great, you know?
And she didn't step on Ivy's line either. She allowed Ivy to have her response, and then she saw an opening and she put a topper on top of it. So Jinx was very, very funny, was able to just live in that character, and was also like generous as an improver with everybody else in the room. She didn't steamroll anybody, but she was the queen of the night. Also, Roxy Andrews had just a really fun, upbeat character, and she was doing a runner of like putting .com and .net on the end of all her statements. It didn't really show in what they showed, but it was really funny in the room.
I wish that they would just release a DVD of all the Snatch games like in their entirety. That would get so many hits. I would subscribe to WoW Presents again for that.
The raw tapes, toots. I would be down.
They usually put a really strong person in the first spot on the bench and then the last spot on the bench, from what I've noticed. Because my year it was Sharon and Chad. This year it was Roxy and Jinx.
Yeah,
and I just feel like they want to start strong and end strong no matter what. But this was a good Snatch game. I giggled. And the next day, Jinx is rehashing and saying everyone should be prepared for a Snatch Game character, you know, basically common sense. Ooh. And Alyssa said, well, you should have come to the runway with more looks then.
Oh.
And then
Things
Getter
are
Jade.
up.
Jade jumps right back in and says, well, that two-piece didn't look good at all. And Coco says that Jinx is all comedy and no glamour.
Well, Coco was getting fed up because she was seeing, you know, some of the things that Jinx was wearing and some of the things that I was wearing, quite frankly, and
I tried not to see what you were wearing.
Just being like, if I wore that, I would be read for filth by the judges because they expect a different caliber of like drag, like perfection from Coco. And I totally get that. And we're really all just really set up for a great mounting conflict between the, you know, the polished girls and the comedy girls. Are you glamour or are you comedy? And never shall the two meet.
I mean, I understand all of this because I hate to talk about myself again, but during my season...
Oh, you do?
Twist my arm. During my season, I said something kind of that same thing where I was like, if y'all aren't on the level where you can't keep your shoes on and all that stuff, and like if I took my shoes off, you know, like it... I didn't understand why some girls were being given like, you know, a carte blanche to like look bad. And I'm like, if I would have worn that in my size, that would be terrible. No one would like, I would probably want to go home. I wouldn't wear it out there if I looked in the mirror, and you looked in the mirror several times and then wore it out there. Like,
well,
I don't know.
The answer to this is the timeless question of, drag is different for everybody, and I think that drag can be at different levels of like whether the clothes are perfect, and some people do celebrity impersonation, some people do fashion, like real ass fashion, some people are more comedy based. Then you have someone like Christine who's wearing, you know, a pillowcase, but you know when drag is good, you just know it. You can't say this kind of drag is better than another, because good drag comes in all different packages.
Yeah, and you'll get there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you
worries.
for believing in me.
Yeah, I believe
Now,
in.
now, Willam, I think you need to put a little more pink in that eye, though.
Oh, I think you need to be more concerned with what you're doing over there.
Because you've been doing that same makeup, you've been running on the runway every single time. Girl, look how fucking orange you fucking look, girl.
I'm not joking, bitch.
Honey, you're used to being my runner-up and being behind me. Don't switch the game up now, mama.
Well, it's something about you
It's
only
on
took
the-
that you only took that photo because you
Wait,
couldn't do your
it's
job,
on the
bitch.
script. Big
Oh.
Dipper gave us the whole
Okay.
script.
We're gonna have to go back to the top. Do you want to be Alyssa or Coco? I'll be Coco.
Okay. Now, Miss Coco, you're going to have to put a little more pink in that eye.
You concerned with what's going on over here when you need to be concerned with what's going on over there with that same makeup you've been running on the runway every single time.
Girl, look how orange you fucking look, girl.
Don't start with me.
You're used to being my runner-up and being behind me. Don't switch the game up now, mama.
Okay, now Miss Alyssa, now you pushed it.
Coco, you're taking it personal. I'm joking.
I'm not joking, bitch. You gonna call me a runner-up?
You ain't never won nothing.
Miss Alyssa.
By default, mama. You took that picture by default.
No, I took that picture because you couldn't do the job, bitch.
I got that moment, though. This is an inflammatory, explosive exchange, and it
Wonderful.
is all fueled by Alyssa Edwards. She is pushing Coco and saying really, really mean shit to her right before they go out on stage. This is not sportsman-like behavior. It's good TV, though.
Yeah, but I don't even think Alyssa probably even thought for a second, like, oh, I shouldn't say this before girls go out on the runway. I think she was just doing what she always does, which is running her mouth and talking. She's a very talkative person. And, you know, not everybody's always down for jokes. And this is one of the times that, you know, Alyssa's going to sail through this episode with, even though she did terribly. And I think she should have been more sensitive to other people and how they felt. But, you know, that's not always a drag queen strong point, is worrying about other people's feelings.
I'm all for joking. I love jokes. I love comedy, and I love joking around. But they just had an exchange where they were like, where Coco was in tears talking about how difficult this was to go through. And now Alyssa's like, let's bring it up right now. Let me push the actual button and say, you've never won anything. I won that picture and you didn't. That is really inflammatory. And Alyssa took it there. She took it there 100%.
She took it. You know who else took it there? RuPaul on the runway, because in this outfit with the fringe, I'm going to pass out.
Oh, the fringe.
Oh,
for
this is
me?
mine.
For me?
No, baby. This is mine. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful purple and black fringe with the neon green accent necklace.
Yes, but this hair, this two-tone, 1B with a 613 mama. Oh, Matthew Anderson, there
Black
is a god.
stripes in the hair.
Was this
is
the same hair that they did
fabulous.
in season 3 for like the rocker challenge where it was like black and blonde? Do you think that's this restyled?
I think he sprays the pieces. I think he does. I think he sprays it in.
Oh, that black was not spraying.
Or
Definitely
dyes it. Like dyes strands of it.
Maybe, yeah.
And then
Or
resets
just
it.
puts more tracks in or something too. I was
Yeah.
watching the Blackpink documentary last night, and they have so many different hairstyles like throughout their career. And like I think Lisa had like this blonde, blunt lob, and then she had like green tracks in the back. It looks so good. But and I think
love that.
I know he would put like tracks and bangs and stuff and things. Michelle's bangs they look off center and askew and not right. And the fact that she's reading Jinx for her hair.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's parted weird. It's like, you know, when a bang piece, when you try to make it split two ways, it just ends up looking like Cindy Lou Who wrong.
I know it well.
Yeah, Michelle's bangs in this aren't right. And I don't love her look for the whole thing in general. That bang piece, do you see that side part?
Yeah.
But RuPaul more than makes up for it.
On. Yes.
Yeah, I get what she was going for, this like little Betty Page sweetness look, but like the bangs are wrong. It should have been swooped to one side, I think.
And
Downtown
both
Julie Brown.
RuPaul and Michelle both have headbands on, so maybe they said, let's do headbands today. Should we?
Yeah. Should we?
Oh, I have this headband. I haven't wanted to make it. Why don't we catch up with the judges' critiques, or no, the runway, right after this quick break?
Okay.
So we talked about ELF on the show before, but we were so obsessed with finding out that ELF, ELF, stands for eyes, lips, face, that we never called it ELF, but it's called ELF. ELF.
Yeah, and
ELF.
we are talking about ELF, and it's the makeup that literally everyone has and loves. It's affordable and high quality. I used their concealer 2 days ago. It's great.
It's tea, and any person who wears makeup uses ELF. It's an absolute staple, and I'm always looking for little ways to, treat myself, and especially now, I don't want to spend a ton of money doing that, so that's why I love ELF Cosmetics.
We love ELF because they're making high-quality premium makeup and skincare products for less than the price of a latte.
Whether it's a new formulation, a fun collab, or an of-the-moment trend, there's always something new to check out from ELF. So many of their products have become cult classics, garnering thousands of 5-star reviews and a huge online community.
Everything is 100% vegan and cruelty-free. I love their poreless putty primer.
Yes.
I haven't used it, but I opened it and touched it.
I
and
did.
It felt so silky and nice.
It is like a silky ganache. It really is a silky, creamy primer. And if you want your eyeshadow to have full impact, you really a primer is the way to go. And this is a really great one to use.
The liquid glitter eyeshadow is perfect too for dabbing in the inner corner of your eye for that little highlight moment with some glitter. And they make some really great products that are fun to dip into.
A little bit of luminescence goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
These products make really great gifts too, and the holiday season is, descending upon us. You can put together a full face gift bag, a self-care package, or an entire skincare routine without breaking the bank. Okay.
Yeah, or even a stocking stuffer for your sister.
Oh, okay. Well, who knows? Your secret Santa just might deliver.
Secret Santa.
The secret Santa. So right now, as an exclusive offer for Race Chaser listeners, you can get 25% off your ELF purchase of $40 or more. Go to elfcosmetics.com/drag and use the promo code DRAG to get this exclusive offer.
This is the best deal out there right now. You won't find it anywhere else. That's promo code DRAG at elfcosmetics.com/drag.
Drag ELF. ELF drag.
She came from Seattle with a dress and a dream.
The sleeper fan favorite and champion of season 5, Jinx Monsoon.
Here to take us on a journey with her opinions, memories, and thoughts on season 5.
Let's find out what
Jinx thinks.
What about the Snatch Game? Did you know you were winning? Is it good to make RuPaul laugh that much?
I mean, I felt...
Were you afraid for her heart?
Jesus.
Truly.
I felt good about my performance on Snatch Game. I felt like I did what I went there to do. But we were all convinced Alaska won. Alaska...
Really?
Yeah, don't you remember? I recently rewatched our season, and literally the first thing everyone said after I won was, Jinx, congratulations, but I thought Alaska was going to win. And then we all talked about how good your performance was as I fade into the background. Like, oh.
Right, like Homer Simpson going into the shrubs.
Yeah.
Y'all both got crowns. Quiet.
I bombed my first words I said to RuPaul, and I was like thrown off the whole time. I was like some joke. I was like, "You're my old friend." No, because she made the joke that I had planned to open with. She was like,
The bitch.
"This is my old friend, Lady Bunny," and I was like, "Yeah, we're old friends. She's old and I'm her friend." And it was like it wasn't funny. RuPaul did not laugh. No one laughed, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm fucked. I fucked it."
I think we all thought you were going to win because your jokes were really, really, really funny. And you're like, I mean, I know Michelle harped on the voice, but like the mannerisms and the Lady Bunny isms you brought to it were so spot on. I mean, I was sitting there sweating trying to keep up with you during the Snatch Game.
Well, you crushed it. You fucking.
I won't
You did the
deny
damn
that
thing. You did the
I
damn
brought a
thing.
certain je ne sais quoi to the
I don't
arena.
know I don't know what a little Edie is.
Oh my God, that's what we should really talk about is that Coco didn't understand. Well, like Coco,
You were doing it. She was
Coco-
like personally offended. She was like, "Wait, you've never heard of Janet Jackson? Fuck you, man. Janet
And I
Jackson's
was like-
fierce. How dare you? You're
she
an
thought
idiot."
Jinx, the person, had never heard of Janet Jackson, even though we were talking about it in the context of playing our characters.
Oh, okay.
After she had just, as Janet Jackson said, "I don't know what a little Edie is," she had just done the same joke. And then
Right.
I, as little Edie, go, "Who is this?
Janice Jackson?
Janice Jackson, I don't understand. You could have gotten some real celebrities
She
here,
took it
RuPaul."
really personal and got mad.
And we had to get into a big fight about it after the Snatch Game. And then my
Yeah.
favorite is that finally everyone catches on to what she's upset about. Like, we're all like, what is she freaking out about? Oh, wait, she thinks Jinx doesn't know who Janet Jackson is. And I was finally like, girl, I know who Janet Jackson is, but my character didn't. And I think Alaska.
Now, do you? Because by the way you paint. No.
I can't remember who stepped in, but like I probably was Alaska or Detox, but someone stepped in and explained it further to Coco, and I'll never forget it. She goes, oh, so that was part of it? Oh, so that was part of the game? Okay, well, that's on me. Like, just
I
so
love
matter
Coco.
of fact, like, I take it all back. I suck the words back into my mouth. Okay, that was on me. I relent.
Oh my God, we all have a great Coco story, but mine I've probably already told 5 times. So, what are your thoughts on immunity? Your season was one of the last seasons to include immunity in the competition after winning a main challenge.
My thoughts on immunity were it was bullshit that immunity ended the week that I won my first challenge.
So
Why you mad
rude.
though? Why you mad?
Course.
That I
So
can't
rude.
be mad, but at the time I was really furious because Alaska is there. There was immunity every single week until I won the Snatch Game, and then they were like, "No more immunity."
Rude. Alyssa's just getting a red carpet rolled out. Just stay longer.
She's on a
hang out. Just stay
She's on
hang
a
out.
downhill ski expedition.
You're safe this bit. No, it's fine. No, you're great.
Jinx won. Immunity's over, ladies. You cannot rely on crutches.
Bitch, I vacuumed my closet for the first time since 2016. I've never vacuumed upstairs in my closet.
That's
It is
elegant.
So there was my Dyson has like a full thing of suckless glitter, probably like that much. There's
I
so
love
much
that.
glitter, so much everything, and like these floors are so clean. I might get fucked on them.
You could eat off them.
Maybe eat off some.
So they say that the runway theme is Deadliest Snatch.
Yeah,
But-
y'all's runways have been hokey pokey holly hobby unclear.
Listen,
Unclear.
this
When
is
they
the
even
thing.
show it last week, they showed 2 seconds of each girl.
Oh, I know. Well, this is the thing. The dossier said fishy fierceness, the deadliest snatch. So a lot of us interpreted that in our own way. So like I did it as like, I'm going to carry a fish and dress kind of like in a mermaid thing. Ivy Winter's the same thing. I'm going to dress like a fish. Detox is a jellyfish. Then some girls interpreted it as I'm going to be fishy, which was, you know, a word that we used to say for like, you know, feminine and fierce. So this is a little all over the place, but why don't we watch it and talk about all the divas looks?
Yeah.
Because there's some good ones.
Ivy looks beautiful, but after seeing Manila as a fish and this kind of thing, it just feels like the TV movie version of Manila's like blockbuster movie. You know, it's cute.
Yeah, she did do sort of a goldfish thing on the reunion, right?
Yeah, it was resplendent. This feels beautiful and not bad, but like it doesn't feel like a girl would wear it on the runway nowadays. And maybe I'm being too nitpicky, but Ivy probably made it herself, and it's beautiful. And
it is beautifully done.
I feel bad ever saying anything bad about Ivy, so I won't. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I like the dress. I think she looks really beautiful.
What do you think about this dress Dee's in?
What's the story behind this jellyfish moment?
Eddie DeBar, who did versatile corsets and versatile fashions, I like wore some of his stuff on season 4. He's like Dita Von Teese's dresser, and like he's an amazing drag queen himself. He and somebody else had a line called Debacalus. How did you get that picture?
Who is it? Is it you?
It's me, and they did a fashion show, and I got so high that I fell asleep standing up leaning on a wall because I was like, sure, I'll do your fashion show. And then I find out it's an installation art gallery type of fashion show where we just like stand around and model and then change poses every like minute or two. And
oh, wow.
I was fucked up, and I fell asleep on the wall. And then they were like unprofessional, and I was like, you're not paying me anyway, I don't care. And then we went out. Wow. I hated my dress, I hated my hair. They made us pull all of our hair back and like show off our Jude Law points, and I was like, bye, nobody wants this gray hair. I love Eddie, but I hated this fucking dress. And when Detox was packing it for the fish thing, I was like, oh, perfect. And I thought she would like be great because I figured everybody was going to do fish, so this would be like good jellyfish, you know? But nobody did fish other than you.
I loved it. I love this jellyfish thing. I think it's a beautiful piece, and like you said, it's very different from what everyone else is doing. You can't hold the runway against her. You can hold the Snatch Game against her, but I think the runway is sickening.
No, I think her runway is fine, and the dress looks 10 times better on her than it ever did on me, because big blousey things like that I think skinnier girls can get away with, and I don't think I read as like a skinny girl. I think I read as like an average girl, you know? So Jade looks great. She doesn't look average at all. She looks beautiful in this bondage bombshell.
Yeah, Jade looks beautiful. This is that sort of when you go to the wig store and you grab the bra and then the body chain and then they have the mucklucks and the earrings, and then you grab a couple of wigs and you double stack them, and then you have a whole look. That's exactly what this is.
This is hair store fashion for sure.
Yes. I don't hold it against her because I've done this so many times. And she felt like really fierce and feminine and, you know, and flirty. And
this is a prime example, though, of a nude lip disappearing on the runway.
That's tea. It was sort of like a silver, almost like a silver white.
I'm sure in person beautiful, but save that for the day after you got pumped, you know?
Right. Roxy Andrews.
Yeah, another blazer on the runway. I love it.
This is an example of a great blazer on the runway, though, because she says, I'm going to do covered up on top and then just legs for years. Mm-hmm. And then this sort of blown out blonde mohawk kind of vibe. She's always giving you variety on the runway. It's never the same thing twice.
Yeah. Jinx, I wouldn't want to see this outfit twice. It's
wow.
like this scarfy hem dress thing, and I don't give a fuck what Jinx thinks. I would use it to clean.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's not something I'd want in my home.
She looks pretty. She looks fun. Like, this is like what you would wear if you were hired to be like a drag queen hostess and you tip around the room and say hi to everybody.
I mean, did no one do the caftan math at that point?
What, that you're not supposed to do caftans?
Yeah, after Honey wore 3 of them in a consecutive order.
I would have been scared to put a caftan on after that double elimination, but Jinx is braver than me.
Yeah, she's brave to wear that hard front. Shit. Coco comes out taking no prisoners as Nicki Minaj in this pink giraffe print with these boots that are made for stomping and this two-tone wig. I got this wig, I think, too.
Yeah, I feel like around this time period, we were always seeing at least a couple Nicki Minaj homages. Minaj homage.
Minaj homage.
We have a Minaj homage, everyone. Ding, 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 ding. We see these around this time period because Nicki Minaj was just like so, exploding at this time that you couldn't help but see the influences.
Girl, I wore a Nicki Minaj outfit from Marco. I got it at the drag drop-in sale, and I saved that little piece of elastic. I was like, ooh, I'm fierce. Nicki had this in her pussy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Coco looks amazing. This is what she does. She does fucking drag for a living. She looks fabulous. Alyssa Edwards.
Looks beautiful.
Yes, this sort of taffeta gown in deep magenta she puts a little hand glove on it and she puts a little what?
I'm sorry, is that grape or aubergine?
It's grape. It's
Shut
grape
up.
soda.
No one gives a fuck about that grape shit.
Grape.
Never mind.
That's her $450 human wig.
Yeah, but she also told me that was a $40 synthetic wig.
She was lying few years about later. It being human.
I think she was confused. I wouldn't want to call her a liar. She was confused.
Mistruthing.
I forget what hair I have on all the time. But
is
Alyssa's
human. I think, girl, know when you have a human on, and when you have a synthetic on, and there's nothing wrong with either one.
No,
I mean, human hair is now being linked to human trafficking, so be careful where you're sourcing your human hair. That's all I'm saying.
I would like to say that
synthetic wigs ruin the environment. So
do they?
They never biodegrade. They are plastic.
Well, you don't throw out a wig,
net.
First of all, anyway.
I am living proof of that. I will never.
Living proof.
Cher will also never throw out a wig, honey. And she will wear human and synthetic.
They're refrigerated. Alyssa's dress is beautiful, not only because she's wearing it, but because of the construction of it with that chevron in the center, which makes her look like she has an even tinier waist than what is there. The construction of it's beautiful. She looks
very
great.
Nice.
And Lanesha looks like a dream. Like this one-legged pussycat doll. Like any of the pussycat dolls could have worn this in the React video and they would have looked au courant.
Yes. Lanesha delivers when it comes to just like beauty, tailoring, perfection. Doing a one-legged, one-armed bodysuit, cat suit, the tailoring on that is really hard. And she makes it look so effortless, so clean, so sickening. I love this look. This is one of my favorite looks of the season.
Wait, are you saying that there's tailoring from her cutting one leg off of a pair of pantyhose and then putting it on her arm?
Is
that the tailoring you're speaking of? I won't dare.
Look closely, Toots.
I won't. And we're going to look closely at this next girl pumping down the runway.
Oh,
who is she, though?
This is my homage to
Family Fish.
Sort of it was a little bit
Ariel,
but like Ariel, like once she was like, she had been human for a while.
It should have been an aerial shot.
It's
In the Y.
It's a dress that was actually, I found it in a thrift store, and it was made to be like a mermaid. So it had like the pink top and then like the fin bottom, and it wasn't long enough. So I ramshackly safety pin tool into the bottom. I have little fish lure earrings because my grandpa was a proud fisherman, and he also caught the fish that I'm holding, the taxidermized fish. He had these all over his, like, you know, fishing room at his house, and he was very proud of them, and he would make his own lures. And so this was like my homage to like my grandfather.
I love the family fish element, but I am wondering, where is your behind? Did the caboose not pull into the station till 2013, honey?
Well,
did you have Courtney's butt pads on?
I think that I think my body has changed just because I've grown into my body type a little bit more. So
just drinking a lot of water.
I do drink a lot of water. I eat very healthy now, and so my body may have appeared to have changed.
And you changed your hair, so that's why I think people think your face and body might look different.
I mean, that always, whenever I just
little bit of
try
volume,
a different style.
That's it. Yeah. And you're not doing as much on your waterline now, so I understand the confusion.
So the safe divas are Jade, Coco, and Alyssa, which I think that the Untucked...
They did that on purpose.
The Untucked producers must have been like, please give us Jade, Coco, and Alyssa one more time. We had such a dynamic moment the last time. Please let us have them. And so they did.
They did.
And Alyssa
and this is the one.
Alyssa had to tweet an apology to Katy Perry. Because she has immunity, but she bombed Katy Perry.
Girl, she should have sent a registered letter, because this was one of... I mean, at least she wasn't offensively bad where it was like, you know, Fifi or Jiggly. She was bad, but she wasn't like in the way bad, you know?
Yeah.
So at least she knows where her strengths lie. And it's not timeliness or comedy. The judges constantly give their opinion on things, and they make it seem like it's fact. Like Santino saying, "I just wish your hair could have been a little more coiffed, Roxy," and that's just bullshit. Shh. He said that to Roxy. He's like, "I wish your hair just would have been a little more polished or coiffed." It's just so fucking stupid. Michelle at least has a leg to stand on because she does basically get up in drag. But I love that Jinx is affable. Is that a word?
Yes.
Yeah. That she's very that to Michelle, and she's like listening, and then very that. And Michelle always finds something to pick on with Jinx.
And Jinx says, "Well, we don't exactly have the same aesthetic, Michelle."
And bitch, rupees when she says that, because Michelle's tacky and Jinx just doesn't have taste yet at this point. Or maybe she does and she can't afford nice things. I don't know. But the way Jinx handles it is so gregarious and so wonderful that you know, you just know that she's going to become a star. I think that her saying that hair was big, though, was wrong. That hair was not big. Michelle was definitely right on that.
It was probably heavy, but the shape of it was not large on top.
That had never seen.
It was a lot of hair in it, but it wasn't big in the sense of, you know, boosted on top.
I mean, looking at RuPaul in big blonde hair and then trying to say, this is big blonde hair. It's like,
right. I am in drag, RuPaul. Jinx, despite the squibbles about her runway, she wins a custom jewel package from Fierce Drag Jewels. And in the bottom two are Lanisha and Detox, and it's the song "Take Me Home" by Shayla.
Detox says about her Us Weekly prize pack, probably not, or it was garbage.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice.
Prize packs coming through for the girls. This lip sync, was there, did you know who was going to win?
Yeah. Detox is a lip sync expert.
I loved watching Detox perform this because, like, anytime you watch Detox in a bar, there's always these little asides that make you laugh. And,
Yeah.
like, you could tell she just had the judges panel peeing with everything.
They
like,
were.
when she just stops and looks at Lanesha from behind and then keeps from, like, there's so many things that Detox is just a skilled artist at where you're like, it's just a
Yeah.
lip sync, but it's so much more than that. It's a whole performance, and D delivers.
And she had that moment of spinning around and showing her pussy, and they add in like a rocket ship noise when she does it.
God bless the Foley. God
Love
bless the Foley. Sounds that I hear.
So unfortunately, Lanesha had to hit it, but she was an amazing drag queen contestant to be competing against, and I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of her. I wouldn't mind seeing Lanesha on All Stars, honestly. I think she's such a fucking powerhouse and so gorgeous.
I mean, sorry, I was just thinking about how wonderful all the Puerto Rican queens are. Nina, like
Truly.
Kenya, Lanesha, so many good queens.
Truly. Now we have a little bit of Untucked. The standout moments, of course, are we get the baby, that cheap scraggly wig you have on. This is human, mama. This is $450. That's $35. So we're playing Price is Right with wigs, which would be a fun game.
They could have settled this real quick with a match.
Oh my gosh, which one burns up?
Girl, don't you tell me
up.
don't you tell me that your hair is human and then come on the end of my lighter. Don't do it. I will light your wig on fire. Coco does something Coco basically story produces her own track here. I love it. And she makes sure that the camera sees her saying, "Have I had a conflict with you?" to every girl in the room. And she hasn't. Coco speaks the truth. I ain't mad at her. I want to see her on All Stars again, doing Janet, not some fucking hokey pokey ballet bullshit.
House of Montrese, we love Coco.
Ooh, bitch, we love Kahana too.
T.
Kahana's looking good. He just, she, I guess, but I like the he better.
Sister
next week
Dick will make me trick.
Damn. And we definitely
Sister Dick, I hope it's thick. Okay.
Sister Dick, I hope it's thick. Oh my god, I'm keeping that one.
That's hot sauce.
We thank you so much for joining us for Race Chaser Classique
Classique.
this week and every week.
Yeah, I'm Willam.
And I'm Alaska.
And we would be thrilled if you would write a little review of our podcast on your podcast app. And don't forget to subscribe. We're just a burgeoning mom. And take a moment to leave us a rating, too.
Exactly. And you can follow us at Willam at the Only Alaska 5000. And the Race Chaser account is at Race Chaser Pod.
We have so much bonus content available at patreon.com/Willam. It's pay to play, so just choose a video you like, leave the coins on the dresser, and you can search for Race Chaser content by searching the hashtag Race Chaser. And this week we are reacting to our sisters' OnlyFans pages.
That's right. It's a really fun episode. We get to dive deep into the OnlyFans of our sister.
Deep dive!
That's
you can
Sister Dick, hope it's thick right there.
Well, that
Sister Dick,
girl,
yeah,
that Sister Dick, it's a whole cistern of things.
It is, sister. You can email us anytime and let us know what you're thinking about in your life at racechaserpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and wear a mask, wash your hands, socially distance yourself, and respect each other out in the world.
That's T, and Black lives continue to matter every single day. And because our leaders in government don't always agree with that, make a voting plan now. How will you ensure that your voice gets heard by November 3rd?
Make sure to cast your motherfucking vote, divas.
Cast them votes. The most office.
Girl, she was casting votes.
Honey, she was casting shade and casting votes. And icy glances, darling.
Oh, hold on. I have a call on the shady phone.
Race Chaser.
Race Chaser is not endorsed by World of Wonder, Viacom, or any of their subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. RuPaul's Drag Race and all names, pictures, and audio clips are registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Forever. Dog.
Race Chaser with Alaska and Willam is a Forever Dog podcast.
Produced by Big Dipper.
Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey.
Mixed and mastered by Will Pitts.
Our theme song is Race Chaser by Alaska Thunderfuck.